What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Doing something a little bit different today. As you guys could probably tell, this is going to be just a quick impression on the iPhone X, or the iPhone 10, I'm sorry, which you guys could see I got. Definitely not a full tech review. You should not buy this phone based on my review or my quick impressions. Why I think I'm qualified to just sort of talk about this phone briefly. I've had every iPhone on launch day except for the original. I got that like 2 months later. I was not a huge Apple person. My ex-girlfriend really got me into Apple. And we sort of went to the Apple store one day and I started messing around with the original iPhone. I really just liked it. I thought it was pretty revolutionary. And I picked it up. I also didn't get the 7 Plus until a week later because when I ordered it, I chose the matte black. And the matte black, when I put it in my cart or whatever, it was reserved. Looked like it was going to deliver launch day. And by the time I checked out, it took me a while to check out. I got it a week later. So, bummer, but it is what it is. I had every single other iPhone on launch day. I have an iMac. I have Apple TV. I have an Apple Watch, which I need to get fixed because I took it off to go through a metal detector, and when I was putting it back on, I shattered it. I have an iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil and the keyboard. I'm an Apple Music subscriber. I'm going to get the HomePod when it comes out, but I'm also just a big tech guy. I have an Xbox One. I wanted to get the Nintendo Switch. Probably gonna not do that. I have an OLED TV. I love tech. I don't want to make this into an Android Apple debate. Android absolutely caught up, if not surpassed Apple, which it probably did. I still have some reservations about Android. I actually had a Google tablet that I wound up selling, but I really do enjoy Android. I'm not opposed to Android. I'm just in the iOS atmosphere or ecosystem, and I kind of like it there. I'll tell you, if the only phone that Apple released this year was the iPhone 8, I probably would have gotten a Note or a Galaxy, but they did release the 10, and so I was super stoked to get it. Thankfully, I had no issues pre-ordering it. I camped out one night. It was a mitigated disaster when I did that, so now I just pre-order if they allow you to pre-order. I got the space gray and 64 gigabytes. I didn't like the way the white one looked. I really thought it was going to be silver. And I saw one of my friends got the 8 in white. I just didn't really like the look of the white. And I just don't need more than 64 gigabytes. My iPad Pro is actually my real main computer. And I have 256 gigabytes on that. Most of my stuff's in the cloud anyway. The only problem is, and you might have heard of this for people who follow these sort of things, activating the iPhone was a problem. I got home from work and I was just super excited to unwrap it and open it, and I did, and I couldn't activate for 2 hours. Evidently there were problems with AT&T and Verizon servers on launch day, and it just took me forever to activate my phone. It was a little bit annoying. So we'll talk about some things here. This is obviously it. We'll see if Face ID works. I'm holding it at an awkward angle, but it does. This is it. The build quality, I think it's a fingerprint magnet, as you could tell, but it's really, really a stunning build quality. You have glass on the back. There's really only two materials you see here: stainless steel and glass. And it's just really, really nice. It's heavy. It's great in the hand. It's a seamless. The glass and the steel really meet in a seamless way. There's no way to really feel where one ends and the other begins. It is a little bit slippery because of the glass back, which, as I said, is a true fingerprint magnet. And if you crack the back, it's $550 to get the glass on the back fixed. I guess there's really no way to do that on the cheap, and that's terrifying because, as you could probably tell, I don't use a case. So Face ID works unbelievably well. I'll try to show you again. I am holding it at an awkward angle. See, right? Now I'm trying to show you, but because of the way the camera is, yeah, and you swipe up. So it works really, really well, Face ID. Just amazing. It makes Apple Pay a breeze. Touch ID is actually now annoying to me. Let me see again if I could get it going a little quicker now. So you have to actually, I'm really at like an awkward angle. But I can promise you guys, it just works really, really well. If you just hold your phone in front of your face and look at it, you can see it went there. It immediately unlocks. And that's really, really, it's great. It's pretty great. You know, I don't really care about the face emojis. They're kind of cool, but certainly a gimmick sort of thing that I think everyone will fuck with initially and then not use again. Now, as far as the OLED display, which we'll, I guess, try to look at here. Swipe up to go home. You know, the OLED display is really, really nice. I thought this would be a huge game changer for me. Obviously, you can't tell anything, right, with on camera, but I thought the OLED display would be a huge game changer for me. Right now, I don't think it's amazing. And I think the reason that I think that is because Apple LCD displays were so good, and they are so good. I don't know that these are that much different. Maybe a bit brighter, but I'm not really sure about that. Now, these screens were manufactured by Samsung and then engineered in Cupertino. They didn't want the oversaturation of colors that Galaxy screens can have. And right now, I don't know if that's good or bad. It's a gorgeous screen. It's almost 2K. And it can display HDR video. And I would like to see more HDR video. And I think I need to see more of that before I can really comment on if this is a great screen and blows other iPhone screens away. I actually don't mind that notch at the top. You know, this notch has really been talked about ad nauseum. You know, is it annoying or not? I don't know. I don't mind it. It can make videos annoying, I guess, you know, if you're watching YouTube or something like that. But if you're playing a game and the game is optimized, you know, it's just, to me, it's just not that big of a deal. Personally, that's my opinion. It's really only annoying if you use it in landscape mode and you're watching a video. Otherwise, it's just something you get used to. I do think if Steve Jobs was alive, he would not have allowed it. And it did really bother me before I actually started messing around with the phone now. It's just something I've sort of forgotten about. As far as lack of a home button, I actually like this. It takes some getting used to, but now I'm actually swiping up on my confused iPad to go home, and it's not working. I think people always get used to gestures, and to me, this is not a big deal at all. When Apple removes things, people just get used to it. I don't see that many people complaining about headphone jacks anymore, and I think that'll be the standard wireless headphones from now on. And I think most phones won't have headphone jacks going forward. So I think Apple's a little bit forward thinking on things like this, and I don't think people care after an initial period of get over it. It's a really nice phone, gosh. I don't know if it's worth $1,000. It's relative. I don't know what's worth $1,000. There's bottles of colognes people buy that are $1,000. This is a phone. Most people aren't paying the $1,000 up front. They're leasing the phones like me. I think my 7 Plus was $26 a month. For this one, it's like $32 a month. It's $6 more a day I'll live. You know, it's like another 20 cents a day. The amount I use my phone and people use their phone, that's just not as expensive. I think that's something you want to pay for. You want a phone that you love. I think, you know, $1,000 to me seems like a fair price. And I think Galaxies, which are amazing phones, and Notes are like $700-800. So it doesn't bother me to pay a little bit of a premium. But that's it. I just wanted to give you guys like super quick first impression since I got this on launch day. I've been using it for a couple of days now. I absolutely love it. I have to tell you that. But I don't know if it's that much better than my 7 Plus, because I think my 7 Plus was amazing. And the screen, even though it's larger than a 7 Plus in a smaller factor form, for some reason it doesn't feel as wide to me. And those black bezels, you know, those are pretty substantial, those black bezels. So, you know, oh, and by the way, to multitask if you care. I don't know if you care. Yeah, I didn't win Mega Millions, by the way. You just hold up and you go like that. So kind of easy, and then you go home, just swipe up again. So gestures are super easy, but those black borders are kind of, they're kind of prevalent. So the screen, I love my 7 Plus, put it like that. I don't know if this is that much better. I think we're sort of getting to a place with phones where there's only so much faster they're going to be able to make them so that it really affects your life. The screens are only going to be so much crisper, you know what I'm saying? Like we got the form factor right now. It's really, I feel like, going to be incremental improvements. I could be totally wrong about that, but we'll see. If you have any specific questions you want to know about this phone, if you're thinking of getting one and want advice, please feel free to leave me a comment, and we'll get back to fragrance videos this Saturday. I'll have a review for you guys and straight fragrance videos for the next couple months. But anyway, I just wanted to do this quickly. I'll see you, as I said, this weekend with a fragrance review, guys. My name, obviously, is Maximilian. I must know. Peace. Since you've been gone, I've been all alone.